would like to welcome you to the Dancing Buddha's meditation class in a way. It's called Reaching Out, Secrets of the Buddha Mind, and really sounds complicated, sounds difficult, but really what I am talking about, or what we will be talking about, is the Buddha's ability to find the state of peacefulness and to maintain that state of peace. I remember once one of my teachers said to me, they said, "Do not seek happiness, for when you find it, it can be lost or taken away, and then you will be sad. Instead, seek peacefulness, because peacefulness is the state of mind where you are happy regardless of your circumstances. It cannot be taken away easily." And so he said that it was an illusion to seek happiness, that seeking happiness does not bring happiness, because even when we get the things that we need, we are still in a state of anxiety or in a state of doing something, because we have to protect those things that we need, because if we lose them, we will end up in the state of unhappiness again. So really, searching for happiness by accumulation or by seeking and securing things really doesn't work. So really, this is what we wish to talk about, this reaching the state of peacefulness through meditation. I remember once one of my teachers said to me that the mind has only two states. It has the state of searching and the state of peacefulness. This is why searching for peacefulness is impossible. We cannot use the state of searching to find the state of peacefulness, because they are opposites in a sense. We seek when we are not at peace, because if we were at peace, we would not be seeking anything. So for that reason, when we're in the state of seeking, we know that we're not in the state of peacefulness. And it also gives us an idea of what peacefulness feels like. Peacefulness is the end of seeking. And really it's a type of a letting go of our neediness. Sometimes we are needy in such a way that we need something like food, or we need sleep. So that kind of neediness is not removed, but instead it is satisfied temporarily. And when we have a meal, we're no longer hungry, but we know that very soon afterwards we will have hunger again. So really, this type of need can be satisfied, or basic needs, fairly easily. Even in Buddhist tradition, in which I follow, we eat once a day, and we sleep on the floor on a thin mat, instead of seeking other types of softer types of furniture, because we're trying to train the mind to understand that we simply need to seek very few things, and that we should make them easy to accomplish, so that where the mind is not always in a state of seeking for these material things. Now, as regards to all the other things, these are the things that the Buddha would have said to let go of. That when we seek to find peacefulness or happiness through acquiring material items, that really it just gives us the illusion of satisfaction, just like hunger, where it's only temporary, and that hunger comes back again. There are reasons for all that, things that we will explore through the many days of meditative teachings, but just kind of wanted to get a start on it, I guess. So each day I will begin my meditations, and likely through those meditations thoughts will start to occur, and I will be filming those, and I will be helping those people in the midst of their meditations, I guess. But really, I guess, to explain what meditation is, many people have many ideas, and I try to remain as simple as possible in this thing. I do have a meditation mat and a pillow. I like using a blanket. None of these are needed. We simply need to be able to sit quietly in a room somewhere. sit quietly somehow. Um, some will say to have a straight back, some will say to do many, many different things. These are all signs of seeking though, right? When we seek to love in a narrow way, it is like having a blanket that's too small. We can use that blanket. We can move it up if our shoulders get cold, or we can move it down if our feet get cold. But because the blanket is so small, it doesn't matter how we move it, it won't make us comfortable. And narrow love is the same way. When we love the world in a narrow way, we can adjust that love. We'll decide to love this instead of that, or we'll move down here to love that instead. But ultimately, we are only loving part of the world when all of it needs to be loved. And for that reason, we will never find comfort in narrow thinking and in narrow love. And that really the way to find comfort is to continue to expand our thinking, to expand our love until it encompasses all things. We can say, well, why would we want to do such a thing as that? But really, the real question should be why do we only love only certain things? And the answer is that we love only certain things because those things benefit us. And we're not making room in our way of thinking for others to be benefited instead of us, which means that we're thinking more of me instead of us. And it's a better way to think of ourselves as being part of a whole. We are part of the existence of life. Again, one of my teachers once said to me, you do not have a life and I do not have a life. We are both enjoying life, the stream of life that we are born into. And when I die, I will not be in that stream of life any longer. I will be gone, but that life will still be moving forward. And he says, this is the life that we are born into. And this is the life that we should protect. And this is the life that we should love. So when we make decisions, we should not be making decisions solely for this. We should be making decisions that benefit this, all things, so that is the way that the balanced mind works. It is actually a form of imbalance for us to think in narrow ways. And it leads to unhappiness, it leads to jealousy, it leads to anger, it leads to frustration. And all these emotions are based on one single emotion, and that is the emotion of love. Again, one of my teachers once said to me, he says, there is no such thing as the emotional mind. There's only the mind in love, getting what it wants or not getting what it wants. When it gets what it wants, it's very easy to get along with. We call that positive energy or loving energy. But then we run into other types of energy that's negative and frustrating and short-tempered. And we say, oh, negative energy, give me some sage, let's burn. But really it's love. It's love moving in a different direction. It's love caught. It's love that didn't get its way. It's love that didn't get the girl. And when what that feels like, when we have love but things go bad, it creates the feeling of anxiety and frustration and anger and jealousy and hatred, when really this is just love stretched out of proportion by our holding on to something that we cannot get. So meditation can help us through all these many things. And I guess I kind of got off topic this time, but we will start this tomorrow morning with a meditation and with ideas that will come from that meditation and from each meditation forward, so that we will all begin to move forward in the expansion of our love, in the expansion of our thinking, until we create a blanket that is so warm and so covering that it covers over all things. And when we have given all things trust and given all things love and given all things freedom, what will our minds have to think about? And that's when the silence forms, the Buddha silence, the mind that is silent. Silence forms when we are at the point of trust, love, compassion. These are the things that we become, instead of the shortness that we have naturally sort of gotten ourselves into over the years. So I welcome you to this channel production, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again.